We need to talk about this because JP Morgan just officially raised the alert. This will make the market go crazy and make us a lot of money. Right now, when we look at the market as a whole, we see a sea of green. Each week, every day, every hour, every month, you name it. There is money being made right now. In the past week, there were gains of 10% or more and 20% or more. Today, we're also seeing very good gains on the daily chart. Also, I already said that we've only seen green for the last hour. When it's close to $1.17, Bitcoin is dull at $1.16. But Ethereum is now worth more than $4,300, which is more than 27% more than it was a week ago and about 8% more than it was yesterday. XRP is down almost 1.6%. This morning, everyone on the channel was talking about how I was talking about Ethereum and how it was taking the place of XRP or something silly like that. Guys, the reason I'm talking about and focusing on Ethereum is that we are now in phase 2. It is true that XRP has been a huge hit. Yes, XRP has gone up by 455% in the last year, but this isn't really about that. The main goal is for Ethereum to gain value so that older coins like XRP grow even more. The money from Ethereum needs to be stolen and moved to old coins like XRP. So I'm sorry if you guys don't like that. I talked about Ethereum in the video. We need Ethereum to be as high as possible so that it can help XRP here. This is similar to how we need Bitcoin to run first so that the whole cryptocurrency market has cash. Then Ethereum can run and then older coins. Since we are now in part 2, Ethereum will be talked about a lot. But the most important thing to think about here is how positive the market is getting. The market value of all cryptocurrencies is getting close to $4 trillion. Take a look at the last year. We are trading at almost all-time highs, even though it's true. I don't think this is very correct because once again, CoinMarketCap has been way off on a number of things. This is what the total looks like. If we go to TradingView fast and just click on it, we're getting close to those record highs. It's really close. Anyway, we broke all-time highs in July, but we're getting close to $4 trillion. However, the big break is right here, as you can see. We are now trying to get much higher on this chart. Now that we've cleared this all-time high, let's quickly draw this on the chart since it's the next stop. After we get above this all-time high of $3.94 trillion, I do think that the next goal for cryptocurrency is $5 to $7 trillion. In addition, it might not happen right away. The next big number for the Bitcoin market could be $5 trillion, and the market does seem to be doing very well overall, though. The number of Ethereum trades has been going up. That's another thing I brought up today. That almost looks like Bitcoin, which shows that we are in phase 2. The most strange thing about this is that Bitcoin no longer has a 60% market share, even though it did for 182 days. We are at 59.75%. For Bitcoin, this is going to be the craziest end to a week in a long time. At the moment, we're just watching as this chart points to the next steps. I think that 56.81% is the next stop here. Guys, it's pretty much only the beginning of this season. As I said before, we are in step 2. During that time, though, we can see that each season is starting to get stronger. The next drop in Bitcoin's dominance is likely to be about 5%, which would mean that Bitcoin's overall domination would change by 2.99%. Because of this, altcoins and even Ethereum will go up even more. I only said that because I think this is crazy. Even so, I still think there isn't much interest because the market is so positive right now. I don't think the retail crowd is here yet. Everyone keeps shouting that it is, but I don't believe them. Bitcoin is worth about $116,000 right now. It looks like not many people are interested in or participating in Ethereum after it hit its highest level since December 2021. There is only one way to understand this. We haven't seen anything yet. Besides that, I don't think we have the right. On a side note, I keep seeing mean words about XRP in the comments, even though it's now worth $3.24. It seems silly to me. I don't understand why there is so much hate. And I mean, XRP has been going around these levels for a while now. We are kind of behind in this tight circle right now. And I was more worried about how it looked on the 3-day if we were really going that way. And I think this will be tested again at the $3.06 mark. Without a doubt, we could just trudge in, range a bit, break out, and then get that big break to the upside. But what do you think will happen if you don't care about dealing on smaller time frames and short-term price action? You only need to know that XRP will be worth more than $4 in the next few days. I'm not sure, but I think you should give it a try. By the end of August, I think there will be a big jump in XRP trade. There should be a big jump in prices across the market by the end of August and the start of September. As I already said, I'm still completely focused on antique coins and the 3 right now. This is how all 3 of them look together. This picture is familiar to people who use the paid version of Discord because it has been exactly what we wanted to see on the total 3. We were completely wiped out. We are now back at the top level of $1 trillion. It's not clear. We would also be trading very close to this level if there was a sell-off right before the extension. Now, guys, this is just a small drop in the value of old coins. It is about $5.5 trillion, or 5.85% less than it was at $1.05 trillion. Also, we would only fall here if we saw Ethereum start to go crazy on the chart. This could cause a pullback and a nice little sell-off, which would cause all markets to pull back. Following that, there would be a much stronger upward trend. All of the coins broke through their all-time high not long ago, but we never got a firm close above it. The next move should cause all coins to break out, and by the end, prices should have risen above all-time highs. I'm also keeping an eye on XRP control during this time because it seems to be doing well on a weekly basis. It looks like we're just going along with it. When I look at the level of 6+%, I see that we might go a little higher before we see that big break. We can get to 8% in the end. If we think that XRP will become very bullish this cycle and rise like it did in 2017 and 2018, we would be looking at about 11 to 14% on it from that point. It's not clear how much XRP controls the market. We only think about one day at a time. I would really like for us to officially go above 5.42% though, because that has been a big problem so far this cycle. Plus, it would let us have a much bigger rise on the USD chart itself. As I already said, JP Morgan took the lead. What are we going to talk about? JP Morgan says that the Fed will start lowering rates in September,